Welcome to your wellness home, where aging meets energy and wisdom meets vitality. You're not alone on this path. Have you ever wondered why your legs feel heavier as you age, even though you're eating well and staying active? Why simply standing up or climbing a few steps suddenly feels like a struggle? Most people assume it's just part of getting older, but what if that belief is quietly holding you back? What if your legs aren't weak because of age, but because they're missing something your body is no longer producing as it used to? Here's a truth that surprises even seasoned doctors. Muscle loss after 60 isn't inevitable. In fact, many seniors regain strength in just days, not through intense workouts or expensive treatments, but through a few simple daily nutrients your body is quietly craving. In this video, you'll discover the 3 essential vitamins that can help you feel stronger, more balanced, and more confident on your feet again. You'll learn why they work, how to take them effectively, and what signs your body is already giving you. This is not about hype. It's about clarity, care, and real solutions based on science and stories from people just like you. If you're ready to walk stronger and live lighter, let's begin. The truth behind weak legs after 60. Let me tell you something your doctor may not have had time to explain. The way your legs feel right now, the heaviness, the wobble, the fatigue, those aren't random. They're messages, gentle warnings from your body. And no, they're not simply because you're getting older. The truth is, many of us lose strength in our legs long before we notice it. One morning, it's just a little harder to get out of bed. A few months later, you avoid stairs. Before long, walking across the room feels like lifting weights. You begin to lose trust in your own steps. But here's the part that most people don't realize. This change doesn't begin with your legs. It begins much deeper with something silent, invisible, and easily overlooked. After the age of 60, your body stops absorbing nutrients the way it once did. Your digestive system slows down. Your stomach produces less acid. The cells that once pulled vitamins from food now struggle to do their job. As a result, 3 of the most important vitamins for muscle strength begin to disappear from your system, and you may not even know it. This loss affects your legs first. Why? Because your legs carry your body. They're the largest muscle group you have. They use the most energy, the most oxygen, and the most support from your nerves and blood flow. When they're undernourished, they're the first to slow down. And here's the catch. You may still feel healthy in other areas. You might not be bedridden or sick, but this specific loss, this slow fading of strength in your lower body quietly takes away your independence, one step at a time. It's a condition known as sarcopenia. The medical world defines it as age-related muscle loss, but that name doesn't tell the full story. Because it's not just about age. It's about depletion, a slow drip of energy and power leaking out of your system over years. The good news? You can restore it, not with intense gym sessions, not with costly therapy, but by giving your body back what it's been asking for: 3 simple vitamins that support strength, balance, and energy from the inside out. We're about to explore each one. I'll explain why your body needs it, how you can spot the warning signs, and what science says about getting results sometimes in just a matter of days. So if you've been blaming yourself for slowing down, feeling weaker, or losing confidence in your steps, I want you to let go of that blame. Your body is not broken. It's just been missing what it needs. Let's begin by looking at the most powerful of the 3, a nutrient so essential, it's often called the master switch for your entire musculoskeletal system. It's time to meet vitamin D3, the master switch. Why vitamin D3 changes everything? No, if there's one nutrient that holds the key to restoring strength in aging legs, it's this one. Vitamin D3, not just a supplement, not just something you get from the sun. D3 is more like a switch buried deep inside your body, and when it's turned on, your entire system, your bones, your nerves, your muscles wakes up. But here's the truth few people talk about. After the age of 60, your body's ability to produce and activate vitamin D3 begins to fade. Your skin doesn't make as much from sunlight. And if you spend more time indoors, so many seniors, your reserves slowly run dry. And when they do, something subtle but profound starts to happen. Your legs feel heavier, your balance becomes shaky, You feel slower, not just in your body, but in your spirit. And worst of all, you start to feel unsure of your steps. In America, we often treat these changes as normal. We hear it all the time, it's just old age. But what if it's not? Research shows that low levels of vitamin D3 are directly linked to muscle weakness, falls, and poor mobility in older adults. No gym, no physical therapy. Another study from Harvard's Geriatric Research Center found that older adults with low D3 levels were 40% more likely to experience a fall or require hospitalization. That's not a small number. That's the difference between confidence and caution, between independence and reliance. But this isn't about numbers. It's about what it means to you. It's about walking without fear. It's about getting up from your chair without hesitating. It's about playing with your grandkids again, without feeling fragile. Because D3 does more than build bones. It helps your muscles contract properly. It ensures your nerves send the right signals to your legs. It reduces the low-grade inflammation that keeps your joints stiff and your steps unsteady. When you give your body enough vitamin D3, you're not just supplementing, you're activating. You're restoring trust between your brain and your body. So what's the right amount? Most experts recommend 800 to 2000 IU per day for healthy adults over 60. If you've had a fall recently or feel noticeably weaker, speak to your doctor about going higher, but never self-dose. Because D3 is fat-soluble, it must be taken with a meal that contains healthy fats like eggs, avocado, or olive oil. And ideally, it should be taken in the morning, never right before bed, as it may interfere with your sleep cycle. Unfortunately, not easily. A serving of salmon has about 500 IU. One egg has only about 40 IU. Most seniors simply can't eat enough fish, eggs, or fortified dairy every day to meet their needs. That's why smart supplementation matters. If you've been feeling a little more cautious on your feet lately, if you've been walking slower, sitting more, and trusting your body less, there's a good chance it's not just time catching up to you. It's a signal. Give it what it needs. Because strength can return, balance can come back, and your life, your full, confident, mobile life is still here, waiting for you to reclaim it. Let's keep going. In the next part, we'll meet another quiet hero, a vitamin that restores the communication between your brain and muscles and helps your legs finally listen again. It's time to talk about vitamin B12, the forgotten fuel, restoring vital energy with vitamin B1. Now that we have reignited your muscles with vitamin D3 and rebuilt the bridge between your brain and body with vitamin B12, there is one more piece you need. It is not as well known. It is not often talked about, but for many older adults, it may be the reason your legs feel heavy even after a good night's sleep. It may be why you feel exhausted after climbing a few steps, or why you have moments where your body simply says no to movement. This last piece is vitamin B1, also called thiamine. Without it, everything slows down. It is involved in every breath, every step, every heartbeat. You might not notice it all at once. It starts quietly. You feel a little more out of breath walking up the stairs. You find yourself avoiding hills or long walks. Your legs feel heavier than usual, almost like you are dragging them behind you. You may even feel dizzy when you stand, or lose your appetite without knowing why. These are not just signs of aging. These are signs that your muscles are not getting the fuel they need. Your body may still be hungry for movement, but without B1, it does not have the power to act. Why does this happen more after 60? As we age, our ability to absorb vitamin B1 from food begins to decline. Certain medications, like diuretics and blood pressure drugs, can flush B1 from the body more quickly, and alcohol, even in small amounts, can interfere with how B1 is absorbed. Many processed foods also lose their natural B1 content, especially if they have been stripped of whole grains or nutrients. So even if you are eating regularly, you may still be running on empty. A recent study from a university in Tokyo found that over 30% of older adults had low levels of B1. Many of them reported weak legs, fatigue, and shortness of breath. But after just 1 week of supplementation, most of them showed noticeable improvements in strength, walking distance, and confidence. That is the power of giving the body what it truly needs. But for those with symptoms of fatigue or leg weakness, doctors often recommend 50 to 100 milligrams per day to restore balance. And like the others, timing and food matter. B1 should be taken in the morning with a meal that includes protein or healthy fat. It is water soluble, which means your body will take what it needs and gently release the rest. The safety profile of B1 is very reassuring. Even at higher doses, it is considered one of the safest vitamins for older adults. But as always, speak with your doctor if you are on medication or managing another health condition. What matters most is the if you have been feeling tired without a clear reason, if your legs feel like they cannot keep up with your will, if you long to move, but your body seems to resist. Do not ignore that signal. You may not need a new body. You may simply need to refuel the one you have. Vitamin B1 is not about pushing harder. It is about helping your body remember how strong it still is. And when all three of these nutrients, D3, B12, and B1, work together, something incredible happens. Your steps feel lighter, your energy returns, your confidence grows, and for the first time in a long time, you begin to move forward without fear. In the next part, we will bring everything together. I will show you exactly how to combine these vitamins, when to take them, and how small daily habits can lead to powerful changes. Because your legs are not giving up. They are waiting for you to give them back what they lost. And you can. How to combine D3, B12, and B1. Now that you know the truth about these three essential vitamins, how they work, what happens when they are missing, and how they can restore your strength, it is time to bring them together. Because knowledge is powerful, but action is where healing begins. The question now becomes simple. How do I take these vitamins in a way that actually works? The answer is not complicated. In fact, the simpler your routine, the more likely your body is to respond with ease and consistency. What matters most is timing, pairing with food, and knowing what your body needs at each part of the day. Let us begin with the morning. Start your day with vitamin D3. This vitamin sets the tone for your muscles and bones. It supports balance, joint comfort, and overall mobility. Because it is fat soluble, D3 needs to be taken with a meal that contains healthy fats such as eggs, avocado, a spoonful of olive oil, or even full-fat yogurt. Morning is the best time for D3 because it may help regulate your energy throughout the day. Avoid taking it late in the evening, as it may interfere with your sleep in sensitive individuals. A good starting dose for most seniors is between 800 and 2,000 international units per day. But speak with your doctor if you have specific concerns like osteoporosis or a history of falls. The key is consistency. Your body responds best when it receives the same gentle support, day after day. Next, include vitamin B1 in your breakfast, also known as thiamine. This is your muscle fuel. Without it, you may feel sluggish or heavy, even if you are eating well and sleeping enough. B1 is water soluble, so it does not require fat for absorption, but it pairs well with protein. So if you are having oatmeal with nuts or toast with peanut butter, that is a perfect match. Doctors often recommend 50 to 100 milligrams per day for seniors who feel leg weakness, fatigue, or breathlessness. Take it in the morning, because B1 also supports mental clarity and can give you a steady, natural lift in energy as the day begins. Then comes vitamin B12. Best taken around lunch. B12 supports your nerves, your balance, and the smooth communication between your brain and your body. It also helps prevent that afternoon crash so many people feel as they age. But timing is important. Take B12 in the early afternoon, ideally with a meal. Choose a lunch that includes steamed vegetables, lean protein like grilled fish or chicken, or a plant-based source like tofu. Avoid tea or coffee within an hour of taking B12, because these drinks can make it harder for your body to absorb the vitamin. The best form of B12 for seniors is methylocobamid. This is the active form that your body can use right away, without needing to convert it. A dosage of 500 to 1,000 micrograms per day is generally safe and effective, especially if you are experiencing numbness, tingling, or brain fog. Now, some of you may be wondering, shall I just take a multivitamin? That depends. Many senior multivitamins contain small amounts of these nutrients, but often not enough to correct a deficiency. Check the label carefully. If your multivitamin has less than 600 IU of milligrams of B1 or less than 100 micrograms of B12, it may not be enough to make a real difference. What you are building here is not just a supplement routine. You are creating a rhythm for your body, a daily flow of support that restores what time and stress have slowly taken away. You do not need to be perfect. You just need to be present. Let each day be a quiet promise to yourself to wake with strength, to walk with confidence, to live with the ease you once knew. And yes, it really can begin with something as small as the vitamins you take with your breakfast. In the next part, we will talk about safety. Because while these vitamins are natural and powerful, they must still be used with care, especially if you are taking medication or managing chronic conditions. Let us move forward, one thoughtful step at a time. Safety and wisdom. Using vitamins with care and confidence. Now, you may be feeling something you have not felt in a while. Hope. The kind of quiet hope that whispers, maybe it is not too late. Maybe I can feel strong again. Maybe I can trust my legs, and my balance, and my body. That hope is real, and it is rooted in science, in personal stories, and in something else too, self-respect. Because caring for your body is not just about what you take, it is also about how you take it. Even natural things like vitamins must be used with thought and understanding. Especially as we age, our bodies change, our digestion changes, and if we take medications, there can be silent interactions that need our attention. Let us begin with one simple truth. More is not always better. It can be tempting to double the dose, thinking you will heal faster, but that is not how the body works. Taking too much of a vitamin can create new problems, especially over time. For example, vitamin D3 is fat-soluble. That means your body stores it in your tissues. If you consistently take too much, over 4,000 international units per day, it can raise your calcium levels to high. This can lead to kidney stones, constipation, nausea, or even confusion. And the worst part, it may take weeks before you realize something is wrong. This does not mean D3 is dangerous. Not at all. It is one of the most powerful nutrients you can give your body. But it means that gentle consistency is better than aggressive correction. Aim for a steady dose, and check your blood levels every 6 to 12 months. If you are taking it long term, these organs are responsible for filtering and clearing excess vitamins. If they are not working well, whether because of age or disease, even normal doses can build up in the body. This is especially true for D3 and for some B-complex vitamins. If you have been diagnosed with chronic kidney disease, fatty liver, or similar conditions, always speak to your doctor before adding any supplement. Also, watch for subtle signs that your body may be reacting. Some people are more sensitive than others. For example, large doses of vitamin B6 taken for long periods can cause tingling or numbness in the hands or feet. This is rare, but it is real. So if you begin to notice new sensations after starting a vitamin, pause and check in with your doctor. Listen to your body and get your levels checked. A simple blood test can measure your vitamin D, your B12, and sometimes even your B1 levels. This gives you clarity. It helps you know whether you are getting enough, or if you need to adjust. And it gives your doctor the information they need to guide you. These 3 vitamins are not drugs. They are not chemicals designed to force change. They are nutrients your body once made or absorbed with ease until time, diet, or medications interrupted the process. But do it wisely. Let your doctor be part of the journey. Let your pharmacist check for interactions with your medications. Let your own intuition and attention guide you as your body begins to respond. This is not about chasing perfection. It is about honoring your body's needs with gentleness and care. When you walk forward with both strength and wisdom, your progress becomes not only real, it becomes sustainable. In the next part, we will hear from people who have walked this path. Seniors who once felt unsure in their steps, but who now move with steadiness, energy, and joy. Because sometimes, healing begins when you realize you are not alone, and your story is still being written, one simple step at a time. Real stories when strength returns and life opens up again. Sometimes, the most powerful medicine is not found in a bottle. It is found in the story of someone just like you. Someone who once felt the same struggle in their legs, the same quiet fear of falling. And then, something changed. It was not a miracle. It was not a sudden transformation. It was a decision, a small, daily choice to support the body from within. Let me share a story with you. There is a woman named Carol from Ohio. She is 72 years old. For the past 5 years, she had been slowly losing her independence. At first, it was little things: avoiding the stairs, skipping her evening walks, feeling out of breath after folding laundry. Then came the harder moments. She stopped cooking dinner on her own. She began holding onto walls when walking through the living room. Her legs felt heavy and untrustworthy. Her doctor told her she was simply getting older, but deep down, she knew something was missing. One afternoon, her daughter shared an article about vitamin D3 and muscle strength. Carol did not expect much, but she decided to try. She began taking a small daily dose of vitamin D3 each morning with breakfast. A few weeks later, she added B12 and B1, based on what she had learned. 3 weeks passed, then 5. And one morning, without thinking, Carol stood up from her chair without bracing herself. She took 3 steps and then paused. She turned, surprised, and smiled to herself. That small smile was the beginning of something bigger. By the end of the month, Carol was walking farther, standing taller, and feeling less afraid. Her legs felt lighter. Her mornings came with more energy. She was not 20 again, but she was herself again. Capable, steady, clear, and she is not alone. Across the country, more and more seniors are rediscovering the connection between internal support and physical freedom. A retired teacher in Arizona shared how he began taking B12 after experiencing tingling in his feet. The sensation faded, but what stayed was his growing confidence. He said he no longer feared losing his balance while kneeling near the soil. A man in his late 60s from North Carolina wrote about how B1 made the difference. He had been exhausted for years. Simple chores drained him, but with regular supplementation and a shift in his meals, he felt something come back, not just in his muscles, but in his motivation. These stories matter because they are not about perfection. They are about progress. No one is promising a cure or a complete reversal of time. But what these stories show is that your body still remembers how to be strong. It still wants to move. It still wants to stand, to walk, to participate in life. Sometimes all it needs is the right support and the courage to try again. If you are watching this and thinking it is too late for you, I want you to hold that thought for just a moment longer. What if it is not too late? What if this is your beginning? You are not the only one who has struggled, and you are not the only one who can rise again. In the next part, we will bring everything together: every vitamin, every habit, every gentle step, and create a simple daily path forward. Because your strength is not gone. It is simply waiting for the right invitation to return. The final step. Your strength is still within you. Let us take a moment now and look back. You began this journey with the simple question: why do my legs feel weaker than they used to? Why do I move slower? Why does balance seem harder to find? The answer, as you now know, is not just aging. It is not just time passing. It is something deeper, something quieter. A gradual loss of 3 essential nutrients that keep your legs strong, your steps confident, and your energy steady. We talked about vitamin D3, the switch that turns your muscles and bones back on. Without it, strength fades. But with it, movement returns. Your joints feel smoother. Your body responds better. We explored vitamin B12, the quiet communicator. It connects your brain to your legs, helps you stay balanced, and brings clarity when fog and fatigue have crept in. When B12 returns, so does your trust in your own steps. And we learned about vitamin B1, the forgotten fuel. It gives your muscles energy. It powers your breath. It helps you feel capable again, not just in your body, but in your spirit. These 3 are not just vitamins. They are reminders. that your body is still willing to heal, that strength can return, that energy can rise again, through struggle, but through care. And we gave you a simple path. D3 in the morning with healthy fat, B1 at breakfast with protein, B12 with lunch. Far from tea or coffee, 3 small moments each day. That is all it takes to begin. But there is one more step. The most important one of all. Belief. You must believe that change is still possible. You must believe that your body is still listening. You must believe that caring for yourself is not selfish, or silly, or too late. It is never too late to rise, to try again, to take back the parts of life you thought were gone. You see, strength is not always loud. Sometimes it is quiet. Sometimes it is sitting at your kitchen table with a glass of water and a vitamin in your hand. Sometimes it is the decision to walk to the mailbox again, or to get up without asking for help. These are small acts, but they become powerful habits. So today, I leave you with this. Your legs are not giving up. Your energy is not gone. They are waiting for you, waiting for your care, waiting for your courage, waiting for you to say, I am not done yet. You are here, you are listening, and you are ready. Take that first step. Give your body what it has been asking for, and feel what it means to move forward again, with strength, with trust, with life. Because no matter your age, no matter your story, your next chapter can still be strong.